Hello, humans! Welcome to a brand new episode of Inside RoboCo, a series that's all about our sandbox game, RoboCo. Joining me today is Joe Horan, RoboCo's lead UI UX designer, for a closer look at RoboCo's tools.
The RoboCo tools are select, translate, rotate, scale, joint, erase, and paint. Select is for selecting individual parts and groups of parts, and translate is just for moving it around in 3D space, and then rotate is again just like rotating it in space all along a grid, which is super helpful when you're building things. Resize is a little interesting because there are some parts that you can only resize in one direction, and we plan on the future to maybe have some more flexibility with that tool where you can resize everything like cosmetics and all that. Okay, so the joint tool is for adding joints between surfaces or onto or into other parts with rods. And the paint tool is a newer tool, but it's pretty cool because you can change a theme of your robot and have the whole robot still look pretty consistently colored. Or you can get a little more crazy and just select a color that you want with the fill tool and fill in sections of the robot however you want with whatever color. And then you can get really crazy with like a detail brush and select certain parts of that part to be whatever color you want. Definitely games like Besiege and was a good one to reference for translating and rotating just in 3D space and building within like a build zone. And then there's another game called Gearblocks, which kind of inspired the whole joints tool. And they also kind of do like surfaces and rods. And that really kind of opened up this whole world of different kind of connections. Yeah, other like more professional tools like Blender, definitely. I mess around a lot in Blender, and just working in 3D space is a tough thing when you're first starting out. So trying to make that as easy as possible with our tool set. I definitely pulled some cooler things in Blender into this game. Well, I create the concepts in Photoshop. Then I kind of, go through the team with them and we discuss what might work and what might not. And then once we're done, like refining the design, we'll, implement it, and we'll either test it internally. We'll definitely test it internally. And then I just kind of see how people are reacting to it through like playthroughs and just seeing how usable the tool is and where the frustration points are. We try to think of like every scenario a tool might be used for with, and in a creative game like Robo, it's very difficult thinking of every possible situation and build that a robot could be in. Well, all the tools kind of had their own challenges, but I think the trickiest one in particular was probably the joints. It's the toughest one to learn, I think. And then also the other side of it was trying to make sure everything worked in VR as well as desktop. That was another kind of struggle that's still ongoing, but still fun to mess around with. No, we intentionally kind of made them one-to-one. So whatever tools you have on desktop, you'll also have in VR. VR, you want to be very like using your depth perception and have like levers and more interactable elements. But we kind of steer a little away from that and went with more, you just have like floating UI within VR, which doesn't utilize VR all that much, but it allows us to actually have those two interfaces working together and seamlessly. Probably. We're currently working on the tool set for the upcoming release, but we have future features planned that will require different tools. And I just don't want to clutter the whole tool set too much with a ton of different tools. But yeah, I think it's safe to say we'll have something in the future.
And that's a wrap for this episode of Inside RoboCo. What was your favorite RoboCo tool? Leave a comment down below and subscribe so you don't miss more behind-the-scenes content with our team. You can also find links to RoboCo on Steam, Twitter, Discord, TikTok, and more in the video description. See you guys next time!